Today, I'm going to be doing the seemingly impossible task of trying to predict what Roblox is going to do next, because no one really knows, but we know that there are events. They have done a lot of events. We've had 3 so far this year. We've, of course, had the Hunt event, we've had the Classic, and then we've had the Games. There's probably going to be a 4th event this year, so I'm going to try and predict it right now. And, of course, this could be all wrong. I could be entirely wrong about literally everything. The Games event could be the last event of 2024, for all we know. But I don't think that's the case, and I'm going to start with it. We're going to start with the date of the event. Now, something happened in the Games event which was pretty interesting. Leading up to the boss fight, right next to the spawn, there was this green rock, which is still there now, and it represents the boss fight where you can fight one by one by one by one. But before that, when there was a timer for when the boss fight would start, behind it there was this. It seemed like it was normal, and then occasionally there'd be a flash and it would show a timer, and this timer would change. There were so many different times. So I spent around a total of 30 minutes just looking at this and writing down the times, converting it to the date and jotting it down. And here, right there, is all of the dates. We've got quite a few, and you'll notice that some of them are actually in clusters. The ones that have already passed is literally the 26th of August this year. That one's already passed. We'll talk about that one soon. We've got a cluster from early October to mid-November. We've got 2 in December. Then we've got a late January to mid-February. We've got a March one, an April one, a May one, and then we've got a cluster in June. I'm sure there are a bunch of others, but these are the ones that I got after spending around half an hour. So you'll notice these clusters, we have 3 different clusters here, and I honestly think that this could be linked to the events. Roblox events tend to be every around 2 to 3 months, so this fits it perfectly. An event in October/November, then one in January/February, then of course the Hunt, which I don't have it here, but there's definitely going to be a Hunt 2nd edition in like March-ish. And then we've got one in June, so that's like 2 months, 2.5, maybe even 3 months separating these events. So I think that these are all going to be Roblox events. But you might just think that this is completely random, these dates are pure speculation. How do you even know that these events are even relevant? It might just be some random stuff that means nothing. Well, we can have a look at the 26th of August one. That was a date that showed up. So what happened on the 26th of August? Roblox did something. They posted this blog post talking about the marketplace. They basically said how great the marketplace was, how their system's amazing, helped so many people, brilliant. But what they also said was this: you can upload soon your own avatar and share it onto the Roblox marketplace for people to use. I believe this is also where they showed the basket system, so instead of having to buy one thing individually each time on Roblox, you can just add things to a basket and then buy all at the same time. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to read it for yourself, but this is about things coming soon, and of course, as you can see on the top there, it was published on the 26th of August. So while it is just a 1 in terms of the sample size, I think it's pretty safe to assume that there will be at least something on each of these dates. So of course, the next up is the 3rd of October, then we've got the 14th, 16th, 26th, the 3rd of November, then the 8th and the 15th. Now, Roblox events are actually broken up into certain things. So we had that list earlier. Here is my new list. You'll see that I've added 1 date. I believe that I must have missed a date somewhere on this timer, because it doesn't make sense to me for 3rd of October to be 1 and then the 14th of October to be 1. Maybe the 3rd isn't linked to the event, but I feel like it probably will be, and I think an 11-day gap between something and something else is just a bit too long. So the 3rd of October, I've labeled it as the first teaser. We'll get the first teaser for this event, the very first one. As you can see, there's one for the Hunt event they did, there's one for the Games event. They did like little teasers, not showing you anything, but just allowing you to know that there's an event coming. Then from the 5th and the 12th of October, obviously we don't have the date for that one, but I think that that's when they'll unveil the name of the event and of course the date that it will start. Then on the 14th of October, there is another date, and I think that will be when they open the Roblox event page. Roblox do have their own event page which gives you information about the event. There's also a timer and a way to teleport directly to the hub. So I think the 14th of October will probably be when that happens. The 16th will be when the hub officially opens. It'll be kind of a bare bones version of the actual hub. It'll be the same game, but it'll just be a little bit smaller with just the timer being the main attraction. Then I think the start of the event, this is the bar one, 26th of October. Then I think there'll be an end of event teaser on the 3rd of November, possibly a boss fight for the Classic event and the Games event. We obviously had a boss fight. They probably will do that again because it was very cool. So I think the first teaser for that will be on the 3rd of November, and then it will be followed up soon by a timer, and then the boss fight will actually start on the 8th of November. And then the event will end on the 15th. Of course, this is all speculation, just using the dates shown by that rock in the Games event near the hacker place. But according to these calculations that I've said, it being the 26th of October it will start and the 15th of November they will end, that means that the duration will be 21 days. And that rather fits it quite well. The Games event was around 11, the Hunt event I believe was about 18, and then the Classic event was about 4, and people kept saying that they need to be longer, so I think the 21 days makes a lot of sense. Obviously, every Roblox event that's happened this year has had some sort of theme. The hunt event's been linked to an egg hunt. We've had the classic event, which was classic Roblox, and then the games event, which was kind of Olympics based. So I think it's going to be a similar vein to that. Obviously, October and November, if you ask most people, they're going to say Halloween. So I think it'll be kind of a scary themed event. But obviously, because of other religions and people that don't celebrate Halloween, it wouldn't make much sense to a global standpoint to just make it a Halloween event. So it's got to be something to represent Halloween. The scare kind of works, represents kind of a spooky thing, but it's not obviously Halloween, so that's what I'm going to call it. So yeah, theme, Halloween, name, the scare. I actually got AI to generate a logo, and that's what it got. I actually think it looks sick, can I just say? That actually looks really good. So for Roblox, if you want it for your own event, let me know. If you want it, then you got to put me in the Star Creator program. There you go. Allow me to use launcher items, give me my own Star Creator code, and then it's yours, all right? I think that's a fair deal. Yeah, next up, I think we should probably talk about the games. So the Hunt event had 100 games, the Classic event had 15, and the Games event had 50. 100 was way too much, 15 was way too small, and then the 50, I think most people think is a little bit too much still. So I think it needs to be less than 50, but if it's a spooky thing, it's kind of got to be a number that's kind of spooky-ish. The obvious number for that would be 66, but again, that's more than 50, so I've cut it in half and I've said 33. And I've actually wrote down every game that I would put in the event. If I had control, I would put these games in the event. So let's go through it. So I've branched these into 4 categories. We've got games featured in all 3 events. That's right, there are actually 5 games featured in the Games event, Classic event, and the Hunt event, all 3 of them. Then we've got a category where they're featured in 2 of the 3 events. Then one where they're featured in only 1 of the 3 events. And then I've got 4 games that weren't featured in any events, and they're going to be brand new additions. So for games featured in all 3, and obviously the 5 that I think are going to be featured in the event, I've got Adopt Me, Arsenal, Blade Ball, Dress to Impress, and Driving Empire. Games featured in 2 events that I think will be featured: Arm Wrestle Simulator, Bed Wars, Bee Swarm Simulator, Murder vs Sheriff Jules, Slap Battles, Sonic Speed Simulator, and Survive the Killer. For games featured in only 1 of the events, I've got 3008, A Dusty Trip, A Wolf or Other, Barry's Prison Run, Bike of Hell, Brookhaven, Death Ball, and Doors, Epic Minigames, Horrific Housing, Natural Disaster Survival, Pet Simulator 99, Piggy, and then Please Donate, RB Battles Minigames, SCP Roleplay, and The Mimic. And the final 4 are featured in none of the events. They're going to be brand new additions. They're Murder Mystery 2, Pressure, Rivals, and Tower of Hell. I think that's a great list. I really do, because I think it's a lot of competent developers that could really make an awesome event experience. You'll notice as well, a lot of them are kind of scary themed games, which I think makes sense. If it's called The Scare, there should be quite a few horror games in there. You'll see also that I included games like Barry's Prison Run, Bike of Hell, Brookhaven, not really horror themed games at all, but it still kind of makes it more diverse, allows more people to play, you know, fans of different genres, because no one's picking Roblox games as the same. They're not identical. There's so many options. So kind of appealing to different genres allows more people to play. So now let's go over the collectibles, the things you gotta get. Obviously in the Hunt, it was just one thing. It was just a badge. Then with the Classic, you had the 5 tokens and the 10 ticks, which was just terrible, to be honest. And then with the Games event, you had the shards, and then you had the silver. That was it. So I've streamlined this a lot, okay? I'm going back similar to the Hunt event, but not quite. There's still going to be 2 currencies. One of them gives you rewards, and one of them gives you hub items. Every single game will have 1 reward item, 1 item that will allow you to get rewards, and then they will have 3 of the collectibles similar to the shards and the ticks, where you go around and find it, and that gives you event hub items. I've also come up with some names of these. I think maybe the reward, the single rewards you get, could be called souls. Obviously, that makes sense, kind of horror themed, a little bit spooky, you know, soul. Ooh. And then you've got the hub items. Fragments, I think, works, you know, similar to kind of the shards as well. You've got fragments, I think is a good name. So we've gone over the games featured, the name of the event. We've gone over quite a lot. What about the rewards? That's obviously the thing that most people care about. In terms of previous events, we had the Hunt that had 30 rewards, the Classic had 20, and the Games actually has the most with 32. I said that there will be 33 different games featured in the event, so why not 33 rewards? A new record, 1 more than the Games. I'm saying 33. So let's start with the obvious rewards. There's obviously going to be one where you first join the hub. Normally it's like some sort of layered clothing shirt that no one cares about with like the logo on it, so that will be one of them. There's obviously obviously going to be a bundle, a Robux bundle. It costs Robux. Normally it's quite a lot and it will give you the gold track. I think there's going to be one for the boss fight or the end of event thing. You know, for the hunt we had the infinite egg. The classic didn't have one, which is why everyone hated the boss fight, and then the games obviously had that hacker laurel. There's obviously going to be a developer item. There's been for the past 3. We've had special developer items that the developers that have been featured in the event have received. And now we get into the speculation part. So I'm going to say there's going to be 8 normal rewards that are going to be available to purchase with the reward currency, which we've called souls. And then there'll be 8 gold track or bling track. It's been gold for the classic and the hunt, but the bling track, that was the name of it for the games. It could be the spook track for all we know. We don't know yet, of course. So I think there will still be, though, some sort of track that will kind of make them a special variant. Whether that's gold, whether that's purple, whether that's anything, we'll see. Every single event has had a Robux reward, so I'm going to say that the final 10 are going to be Robux based. I've said that the event will last for 21 days, so each reward could literally last for 48 hours, and on the final day they're all gone, or maybe the fan favorite one comes back. I don't know, they could do something like that, which would just make a lot of sense. Actually, no, I forgot 3 more rewards, and that's because of the launches, and we're going to cover them next. I forgot about that, I apologise. So that's 30, and then the final 3 are going to be launcher rewards. Now, the games event had 5 launch items. The hunt had 1, the classic had 3, the games had 5. The games one was the worst one in my opinion. The hunt one was okay, it was just one thing. The classic, I loved the classic launcher items. And that's because there were 3 groups of people and each one gave a different reward. We had a pie for creators, we had a cake for developers, and then we had a slice of cake for admins. So I'm going to say they're going to do that. I'm saying the launch items, there's going to be a special reward given out by star creators, there's going to be a different reward by developers, and then another different reward by admins. I think that just makes a lot of sense. You know, admins can then give out stuff, developers can give out stuff, someone that's got all 3 can give out all 3 in one stream. I think the way they did it in the classic was perfect. So yeah, there we go. Let me do a quick recap for you. I think the name's going to be The Scare. Here's the AI generated logo that I created, which I think looks amazing. It's going to be Halloween based. From my predictions, the first teaser is going to be on the 3rd of October. The name and date is going to be between the 5th and the 12th. Event page info on the 14th. The hub opens on the 16th. The event will start on the 26th of October and end on the 15th of November, so it'll be 21 days long. There will be a boss fight or some sort of end of reward thing like the previous ones. I think there'll be a teaser on the 3rd of November and the boss fight on the 8th. I'm saying there's going to be 33 games, not much evidence. Let me go through them quickly. Adopt Me, Arsenal, Blade Ball, Dress to Impress, Driving Empire, Arm Wrestle Simulator, Bed Wars, Beastorm Simulator, Murderer vs Sheriff Jules, Slap Battle, Sonic Speed Simulator, Survive the Killer, 3008, A Dusty Trip, A War for Other, Barry's Prison Run, Bike of Hell, Brookhaven, Death Ball, Doors, Epic Minigames, Horrific Housing, Natural Disaster Survival, Pet Simulator 99, Piggy, Please Donate, RB Battle Minigames, SCP Roleplay, The Mimic, Murder Mystery 2, Pressure Rivals, and Tower of Hell. Whoa, there'll be 2 types of collectibles. There'll be 1 reward item, I'm calling that souls, and there'll be 3 event hub items known as fragments. There'll be 33 rewards, 1 when you join the hub, there'll be 1 Robux bundle, there'll be 8 normal, 8 bling or gold track, 10 Robux items, 1 boss site, 3 launchers, and 1 developer reward. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, comment them down below any questions that you have. We're trying to hit 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And yeah, there we go. So if you skipped the chapters at the bottom all the way to the final overview, then you're going to be so confused. And that's good, so you should go back to the video and watch it when I'm a lot slower and talking a lot more understandably. I am so out of breath, but if you want to check out my previous video with me talking more on a different day, you can check out that video right there. I played Rivals, my second video on Rivals, but I played it until I lost a 1v1. I played using the matchmaking system, first to 5 of course, and if I lost that first to 5, the video would end. How far can I go? The little timer is a little bit of a hint, so make sure you check out that video right there, and I'll see you there. Thank you so much for watching this video, I really appreciate it. A lot of work put into this, so I hope you enjoyed. My name is ZDMD, and as always, peace out.